Hey, I'm a Chevy guy. Welcome to the channel. Today we got this Chevy Silverado 2005 version. Got this so I can get around while the Dodge sits out there and rots into the ground. Oh yeah.
Good dog. You hear that little snap, baby?
It's pretty clean in here, except for all the dust from sitting, as Chevys normally do. All right, let's check this thing out. Rockers are gone, but I'm pretty sure these things come from the factory like that. Relatively decent under the hood, except for whatever's going on back there. We've got a for sale sign in the cab in case we want to sell something. But what really is impressive on this truck is the bed. I mean, look how solid it is, except for the floor. Apparently they make these out of tin foil. Now, you'll notice there's a rear end in the truck. That's because the owner said that it needed a rear end. However, upon further inspection, it appears that the drive shaft came out of it. And while I was picking it up, he told me he doesn't even know what the drive shaft does. That's Eric being a dickhead. Now, if you go under the truck and you turn the yoke, the back wheels actually turn, so I don't think we need a rear end. And you might not notice, because we didn't right away either, but this would be a disc brake rear end, and this is a drum brake truck, so that would have been fun. Fortunately, though, a set of U-joints in the other drive shaft that came with the rear end, because this thing probably wouldn't be too smart to drive with. Plenty of returnable cans, so we got like our first $1.50 back out of it. Up here, we got this awesome plastic toolbox that's definitely tied down. And you'll notice, I'm not sure why, but like 4 mud flaps that say back off. But check this out. It matches the floor mats. Total package here. Get rid of that. 1 glove. I could have swore there was 2. Interior's not bad. Could use a clean. 78,000 miles on the truck, if that works, because the speedometer is at about 140 right now. And if you didn't notice, we're standing still. Definitely not like a second-gen Dodge. You'll see this whole dash is intact, so that's kind of cool. In the glove box, what? We've got an owner's manual. Got some extra parts here and there. Also, we have this tag in case we want to get a dog and name it Bo.
Show them the dome light.
The dome light even freaking works.
See?
And this might need a screw or something. Underneath the truck, you'll notice it's just as clean as it is on the outside. Alright, maybe it could use a little work. But, over here, I've bought a restoration kit. Now, when buying U-joints, make sure not to go to AutoZone because they will sell you shit that's not going to fit your vehicle. So we attempted that last night, beat on it for like an hour and a half while all of the snow dripped in my face underneath the truck through the rotted out bed. And today I went to Advance and I got the correct parts. Thank you. So over here in the drive shaft shop, you can see that we've got the incorrect universal installed right there. We'll be removing that, putting the correct one in, hopefully the right way.
Never finished for me. Did you start recording yet? Are you trying to?
I'm trying to, but you won't shut the fuck up.
Oh, am I bothering you?
No, just keep going.
Alright.
I have all fucking day.
I got lots of time too, man.
Great.
I really don't even have to be to work tomorrow or anything.
Go to hell. Now, the first thing you want to do before you get into a project like this is make sure you don't have too many projects going on in the shop. So, over there we've got a transmission going on, a motorcycle build here. You know, transmission is also there, and over there. So this is only like the 3rd project in here. We got plenty of space, as you'll notice, on all the benches. So, yeah, we seem golden. Let's go. Start by giving this baby a tune-up. Oh, nice. Nice. Check this out. You can tell this thing's barely used. Alright, give this little guy right here Give him an eviction notice. All right, now we'll clean the air filter. Perfect. New air filter. Now we'll check the spark plugs. Yep, they're good. Already checked transmission fluid. That was nice and pink. Perfect. 1.5 low. So, added some Shell Rotella. I'll bet that's where all the stuff came from that was in the airbox. Hopefully they got some wires too. That'll be exciting. Update. This one's fucking wrong too. I'm gonna see if any of these fit the freaking yoke down there and then take another trip back to the store. Because, what? The box says 355.
No.
What's that say?
352F. Weird.
Weird. So far, I'm really loving Chevys.
Yeah, dude, I told you the Chevy rear end, bro. These U-joints are a nightmare every time. That's why I never throw the box away when I find the right ones.
Wow.
I don't know why this configuration exists in the first place, dude. Why have two different size caps on a U-joint? I don't understand.
Okay, so allegedly,
Allegedly.
these are the ones that go into the
Yoke.
thing.
Into the yoker.
I don't necessarily disagree. They didn't have to go in with a hammer. Alright, so after purchasing 3 separate ball joints...
They're not ball joints, they're U-joints.
Son of a bitch. Well, finally, after buying 3 sets of universals, I finally got the right set. I figured it out standing in the parts store working on my cell phone because this was not an option at all for this truck. It's a 447, link in the description. If you want the straps, 5310, link also in the description, but you probably want them now, so you're going to go buy them from the parts store. And I'm going to get nothing, so thanks for nothing. You'll notice I finally came out of the closet. So yeah, get fucked for not supporting the channel.
You, so take that back out, do another one, just informative for, hey, if you're looking for this.
Yes, actually I wanted to.
This U-joint, you know, this is what we needed. Try to get the dimensions in there.
Yes, I was actually planning on that. Thank you. Well, I forgot.
Okay. I'm like, before
Thankfully.
we go ripping it out and put it in,
Yep.
you can kind of like say, okay, this way you're going to want these caps. This is what I figured out.
So your U-joint should look like this. You've got 2 internal clips and you have 2 externals. These guys right here, are measuring in at 1 1/8 or 1.125. These guys are 1 3/16 or 1.188. Actually, 185 would be 3/16, and I'm gonna cut this out because I just, huh? I already said that.
You said I didn't hear it anyways.
According to Eric, I didn't say this was external yet, so external clips on that, the kind that go in the drive shaft. These ones go on the caps right here. Link to that tool in the description. FYI, I did put the drive shaft in the rear end without starting the camera, so I had to take it back out and do it over. I also have no idea if it's actually pointing at it.
Dude, is it two-wheel drive right now?
Yeah.
Go forward.
That's insane.
We don't know yet because we haven't driven it, but
This guy literally had a whole rear end in the back of this truck because he said it needed a rear end. We just put a U-joint in it. See how it goes. Somebody didn't take the jack out from underneath the truck.
that's a good thing as a bottle. You're good, dude. Just keep going.
ABS. Sweet.
The ABS lights on?
Yep, just came on.
Nice. Nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So.
Needs a rear end.
Damn, we're fucked now because now we got to do gears. We can't do the rear end. It's disc. Make sure it shifts through all the gears. I wonder if it's below on oil. Just a wheel bearing. It just needs an axle bearing. We'll back it and pull the rear tires up and check for leaks. We've got leaking out one of the seals. Let's try an axle bearing. Let's check the axle bearing. I guess he was right. Should we try to do it down?
I was thinking about it, but I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want to walk back.
Well, we still got front wheel drive, dude.
You're right.
Is it in 4-wheel drive right now, or did you put it back in 2?
I don't know what's what. I got that second click from the back.
Okay, yeah, that's 2. Dude, she's a beast. That's definitely the rear end now. We proved that there.
I'm not sure where we cut the video while we were driving the truck, but it was definitely whining. So this truck definitely wanted us to do some rear end stuff. Anyhow, here is the pinion. And you can see she's a little sharp. Kind of tearing itself up right in here. So what I'm going to do, seeing how this rear end is set up for disc brakes, I have to pop the diff, pull the axles, change all the back plates and everything too. What I'm going to try to do is pull the gears out of this and put it in that. Now, rear ends are finicky, so this is probably not going to work, and I'm going to wish that I took the other route, but let's get started and see how it goes. We've got an interesting development here. The gears that we took out of the truck, 1141, which is a 373. The gears in the replacement axle was 1241, which is 342. I ran the RPO codes on the truck, and it's supposed to have 342. So it looks like somebody changed the gears in the back of this truck, which is probably what caused them to eat themselves up. And it's supposed to have 342s. Now the question is, does the front still have 342s in it? Now what we're going to do is pop this pin. We'll have to spin this guy around. There'll be a 8mm bolt right here that we've got to pull out. Then we push that pin, pop the C-clips, and pull the axles. Then we'll block this thing so it can't turn and break the pinion loose. Right there is the bolt I was talking about. Now I'll push this pin up until we can push these axles in. Alright, so that axle came in. I could see the C-clip. I'm going to push the other one in. Now I can see both C-clips. So I'll reach in, snag them. Here's one. And there's the other. Now I can pull the axles out of the way. And drop that bolt back in just so that pin doesn't fall out. Right, I got the nut off of the pinion. The yoke is still on it. Now I'm going to pull these two bearing caps. Now we'll pull the entire assembly along with the shims. There's shims on each side of this. You might need a pry bar to help a little bit. Shims might not come with it. Just keep an eye on them. Alright, this guy went here. This guy went down here. Now, we get our yoke off and get the pinion out. Yoke. Now pinion. Basically what I'm going to do now is reverse the process. Pinion goes back into the carrier underneath, and then our whole ring gear assembly is going to go in after that. And then we need to check and see what it looks like on the gears. See if we're actually making good contact or we need a different set of shims. I'm going to use the shims that came out of this rear end on that one. See how it goes. Wish me luck. Not pulling the camera down there. So we pulled the gears out of this and ran into an issue where I couldn't get the thing together. Now the original pinion right down there, that guy was sitting a little bit differently. I'll show you in the photo right here. Now I've got everything back together. I put a dial indicator on this and I got 9 thousandths of backlash, so that is in spec here. Now I'm going to run a pattern on it and see what I got. I forgot to grab the video where I showed the rear end is actually working, so here goes. No snow on the ground, but the truck's good. Locker.